Little man, whoever you is until you feed the kids.
So many artists are amazing human beings off the mic, but when they get on the mic, your music reaches more people than giving away turkeys.
This nigga trying to cook a motherfucker. Down.
DIYers, this last week, there were some statements made by a rapper from New Orleans named Dee-1. As many of you know, I've had the opportunity to work with Dee-1 and Murs on a project that we all did together. As he recorded those vocals in this very same room, he, myself, and Murs had some really great conversations that kind of help us to understand the type of men that we are. But he said something on Sway, specifically from the names he called out in Rick Ross and Meek Mill.
I love you too much to not be honest with you. Rick Ross, you could do better, brother. Meek Mill, you could do better, brother. I love you too much not to be honest with you. Are you the face of prison reform? Or are you sitting here on your new song with Ross talking about getting somebody murked and shot at the red light?
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
I'm gonna let him cook.
Which one is it, bro? Because I did a shoe giveaway in my city and gave out 1,300 pairs of your shoes because they said reform underneath them. And I love that you partnered with a major shoe company and you out here pushing prison reform. But now I got to sit here like, man, this man glorifying getting people killed as of a week ago. Like, what are you doing, bro? Yeah, if anybody feel bad about being called out, it's like, let's talk and let's just figure out what we can do better. But at the end of the day, guess what's not changing? The word of God ain't changing.
Okay.
There's death and life in the power of the tongue, Proverbs 18 and 21. That's not changing. And trying with this foolish argument that it's just entertainment. This ain't real. How many more people got to die in the hood, man?
I know what this kind of talk sounded like when I was younger. I know how much I turned a deaf ear to it because these were my superheroes at one point in time. These rappers were my superheroes. They could do no wrong. But I'm so grateful that I have had the grace and the opportunity to grow from where my mindset was at that point in time. I don't think anything he said was something that he doesn't have the right to say because, once again, all of these things that he's pointing out are for our own eyes to see in the public. This conversation about it's just entertainment. We can't die on that mountain anymore. Too many people have died in the process for this entertainment. This was Rick Ross's response. And I'm not going to sit up here and age shame. Rick Ross is a 47-year-old multi-millionaire, if not close to a billionaire. Culture aside, entertainment aside, I just want you to keep that perspective.
Better, Jim Jones, you could do better. Rick Ross, you could do better. I gotta see you do better. Wait. Little man, whoever you is until you feed the kids. Where you from for 20 years straight. Don't question Rose. Wait until you buy 10,000 bikes, 10,000 trikes. Give all the young girls who pregnant Pampers for Christmas for 20 years straight. Don't question boss.
It is so unfortunate to hear a response like this from a very level-headed criticism. Be that I am above criticism because you're the little guy and because of the charitable work that I have done, which I give all the props in the world. I've never given 20K turkeys. Matter of fact, I probably only gave 4 turkeys in my whole life just to my mom and my family, right? Never given out bikes. I can't play that big bang game. That's not my game. But to think that you're above criticism for directly contradicting that by inserting what many people, I don't want to speak for Dee-1, would say poison within your entertainment, within a medium that gets a whole lot more traction and publicity than your charitable work that gets streamed every single day. I'm sure you're not giving out 20K turkeys every single day, but I don't believe in this notion that the bad is outweighed by the good because you give away free things to people in need. There's a lot of multi-billionaires that do it as a tax write-off. Whether that's from a place of sincerity, that's up to them and the creator. But I do not believe that you're above criticism simply because you have more money.
You heard me, little man? Get that basket off your head so you could think clear, little man. You going viral for speaking on things, not because of your talent, not because of your gift. Go viral, player, off of your wisdom that you're sharing. You speaking on this, yeah, Meek Mill, you just, boy, you know what I mean? God, this summer they release self-destruction. It's dying right now. It's going to be don't make it to see in the morning.
Is this response about Dee-1 or is this response about getting laughing emojis in the comments? Multimillionaire yelling from his phone at a young dude asking him to do better, the medium he uses to influence kids. And this is his response. I gave them niggas turkey, shut up. That's his response at 47 years of wisdom. That's what you got?
Since you want to go viral, I'm going to show you how to go viral, little man. But go viral feeding them kids in your hood. Go viral giving them bikes away.
You know, I thought about this. I can tell he's not familiar with a Dee-1. Doing charitable work does not require it to go viral to be more effective than someone else.
Budget and go buy food to go out and feed the homeless with it.
10 years ago.
So we started out making bag lunches. We went out, fed the people on the streets of New Orleans who needed it. And we built up towards the end, towards a real big finale. So you gotta watch the video to peep it out, man. We ain't trying to act like we changing the world all at once. We just doing our part, you feel me? So we don't talk it, we walk.
So obviously it's gonna get flagged, but just so you can see, he shows the process in which he's putting together the food to go serve to the homeless within a music video 10 years ago. I deserve to do bad because of all the good I did. And obviously none of us are above that. We all sin. But the idea that gives you free range to say whatever you want to say in your music because it's just entertainment, I think that shit is wild.
April Christmas time now, don't be saying Jim Jones just gave away goddamn 6 figures worth of clothes in his hood, and you who talking?
You know what that response remind me of?
This nigga trying to cook him up. Damn, ham, okay, sandwich. This pussy ass nigga burned up no sandwich.
This is what I hear when I hear this.
Looking vegan, knowing you eat more goddamn Piggly Wiggly bacon than any other out here.
Accurate or not?
Shut up.
Notice it's deflection at its finest. I'm talking lyrical content, and you talking turkeys.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Still not going off. As he would have all the right. He called his head a fucking basket. He has all the right to go off. Still not going off. Still respecting him as a man.
Then I know and understand that he's unaware of who he's speaking to. And that's okay. Not everybody is obligated to know who Dee-1 is. But trust and believe, very many people do know who Dee-1 is. And they know the work that Dee-1 been doing for the past 15 years. And they know the business Dee-1 been standing on since day one.
That part.
And all the work in the communities, and all the work in the schools, and all the work in the churches, and all the work in the prisons. You hear me? So, of course he's offended.
I see that David E said it's a publicity stunt for the collab tape with Meek and Ross. Is it worth it? Would you really want to just have that go down to just a couple more album sales? Like, and think about the kind of people who buy more albums because you called another man a basket head. The quality of the adult that listens to that and says, he called that nigga a basket head. I'm for sure buying this album now. You ever thought about that for a second? You sure you want them people at your shows?
Ross, I don't have to make no jokes about you because I love you, brother.
He's still coming with
I don't have to
love.
make no jokes about you, man. I'm going to let everybody else make the jokes. The internet do that all day. And you know what jokes they make about you. Don't worry, I'm still going to do a formal video replying.
And this right here, you have Turk and you have Dee-1 on the Beehive ATL podcast.
We talking about public figures who are putting out public content. Public messages deserve public responses. So we almost getting to a point in society where people saying, man, you can't even say somebody's music whack no more. Like that's hating, that's wrong, da. All I'm doing is giving commentary on content, not on people's character as a person, on content that's coming out. I'm saying, I know you better than that. I know that because y'all are amazing businessmen. And so many artists are amazing human beings off the mic, but when they get on the mic, your music reaches more people than giving away turkeys.
But don't you think sometimes it ain't what we saying, is how we saying it? Not to make it about me, but I had a situation with Rick Ross. When I went to Drink Champs, I said some things, and the way how I said it, when I went back and replayed it, I was like, damn, if I was any one of those guys, I'd probably feel the same way.
The look he got on his face. The look that Dee-1 got on his face, he ain't broke eye contact with this man at all.
And I think he took it the wrong way, and that's how he responded. Sometimes it ain't what we saying, it's how we say it.
What did he say except for, I love you, brother? What other way can you deliver that to de-escalate? At some point in time, we have to shift it off of the way that it was delivered and start to look at the way that it was received. And why was it received like that? Probably because there's an inflated ego that got poked.
This the part I want to make clear to everybody. I don't mind if my spirit irritates someone else's demons. It make me feel like I did what God has put us here to do. In Romans 12:2, it says, don't copy the behavior and customs of this world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. Then you will learn to know God's will for you, which is good and pleasing and perfect. I'm not trying to follow the rules of what people say. You got to tiptoe around this person's feelings. People will justify evil, and people's excuse for evil is called entertainment. That's their excuse for evil nowadays. Oh, it's just entertainment. You know, man, what I heard when I press play and what everybody else is hearing is you in first person glorifying the murder of people in your own community, but we want to run behind, one, don't say nothing about that person's art in public. Don't say that out loud. You should have hit them up one-on-one. Or two, we want to say, man, that's just entertainment. That ain't real.
What's really going on below the surface? A couple weeks ago, we talked about Drake getting at Joe Budden for just being slightly critical of his project, of his choice in friends, of him at this stage in his career still acting like he's early 20s. And he responded by insulting the man's equipment for being from Best Buy, right? He went in and just tried to find whatever he could to poke at him. J. Cole was on Lil Yachty's podcast.
Soulja Boy was first coming out. My favorite rappers was Pac, Nas, Jay, Andre 3000. I had a realization within myself because I'm hearing that and I'm like, man, this Soulja Boy, tell him. It sounds crazy to say now because it's such a classic to me. But at that time, I had resistance. Nah, that's not the thing that I love. Like, what? Y'all with this? Like, I was one of them. Yeah. And it was literally a part of me that had a realization. Bruh, you a hater. You know you like this shit, actually. You be with your friends and you know you done did so why would you front on this nigga? What you be better off doing, you need to look at a such and such, realizing that these dudes is talented and they understand something that you don't understand.
Nigga, it don't matter what the you like, J. Cole, you stupid. You see what I'm saying? It don't matter what you like. It don't matter if you ain't like the song at first, now you like it now. Who gives a nigga?
I'm going to keep doing this to give perspective, not to say that anybody has to act a certain way by a certain age, but I want you to just give it perspective. If this was a friend of yours, a cousin of yours, Soulja Boy has been through a lot. And the fact that he has been able to go through some really challenging circumstances that almost threaten his life and be here is a miracle in its own. He's 33 years old. What a gift. But at 33 years of wisdom, this is your response to what J. Cole said. You thought that was bad. No, that's just barely scratching the surface. We haven't got to the worst part yet.
It don't matter what the you like, J. Cole, you stupid bitch. J. Cole, you out of pocket. Dirty dreads, dirty teeth, swag, you lame. You talking to that was the first on YouTube. Did one person on Halloween dress up as J. Cole? And how many dressed up as Soulja Boy? The end. Don't nobody want to dress up as a dirty ass, bummy, homeless looking. Don't diss me, J. Cole. Don't do it. Don't.
This is a 33-year-old at the top of the fucking rap game.
What you need to do is
shut the fuck up.
Realizing that these dudes is talented and they understand something.
He's giving them props, and all he can do is cuss out J. Cole through a live stream for some laughing emojis for another big Draco moment.
That you don't understand, and they figure something out. And bro, I swear to
bro, shut up. I hate you niggas. How the fuck is you talking about? Just say I was that nigga. Just say I had the streets lit. Just say I had the clubs lit.
So blinded by emotions, J. Cole literally said in the same phrase, and I saw that Nicki Minaj got in here and helped him course correct, which is shout out to Nicki. In the same sentence, he said, "You're a hater." He called himself a hater. And he said, you know what? Around my friends, we all hit the U. It was a movement. It was huge. He gave him his props. But these grown millionaires, multi-fucking millionaires, have such fragile egos because of the public's involvement or probably getting tagged in it or whatever the case may be. Somebody gassing, or maybe he don't need nobody to gas him. That this is the reaction.
Hey.
What's poppin', Queen?
How are you? Do we have beef?
So this is Nicki Minaj stepping into the midst of this. It's good to see, like, Nicki seems to be getting in her auntie energy right now, which is dope that she could have that conversation to kind of de-escalate it.
I wouldn't call it beef. I just feel like we just gotta set the record straight. You feel me?
Set what record straight? Set it straight. Say how you feel.
J. Cole, you ain't well. I don't want to keep dissing this man. You feel what I'm saying?
You already called him a
and produced no #1 record. I did that when I was 16. Drake just gave you your first #1 this year. You should not speak on me in no type of way. Period.
That is the record business for you. You understand why I say we need to make the separation and why we are in the music business? These metrics don't get you respect from the people in the music business or consumers of the music business. They're not concerned about these metrics. Who gives a shit how many #1s you've had when your character's shit? I try not to think about this being anything outside of entertainment, because when I think about this being like the real life of human beings, without passing judgment, but I feel a level of empathy of, damn, who's been around you? Like, have you been so popular that nobody can reel you in and just say like, bro, you're fucking tripping. Chill. Can't nobody tell me that you got nobody I got somebody in my corner right now that can get on the phone and say, yo, I know you really killing it right now, but you wildin'. Get some rest. Drink some damn water. And I can humbly accept that because as a man, I know that doesn't make me weak. That makes me stronger. It's a sign of being stronger. To take criticism, to be able to listen to that criticism and say, you know what? I like to have a dialogue with you, J. Cole, because I don't quite understand where you're coming from. And I'm giving the Curtis King version. They don't have to be me. They can do it however they want to do it. But when do we get to a level where we're able to just be like, you know what? Bro makes a good point. I know that's just not as entertaining. I know it doesn't help sell records. It's just another reason why I say, man, f off the record business. If this is the kind of shit you got to resort to for sales, Dee-1's a good man. I don't know J. Cole, but he seems to be a good dude as well. I like the transparency that we're seeing. I like this era of J. Cole so much more than when I first was introduced to him. I hope that we can get to a place where the rewards of entertainment don't outweigh the value of being a good human being. And not to say these are bad human beings, but if your logic about being a good human being is, I can erase all the bullshit that I do by giving out turkeys and bikes and doing charitable work, how would you judge that? DIYers, those are my thoughts. Let me know what yours are.
DIY.
DIYers, if you enjoyed this content, make sure that you hit the like button and maybe even consider subscribing. Come on, man. Stop being greedy. Peace.